The movie opens in 1969 with the first moon landing. At the time, Earth's population was 3.6 billion. As years passed, rapid population growth led to an unsustainable demand for natural resources. By 2174, Earth had run dry, prompting humanity to launch a massive spaceship, Elysium, in search of a new home, planet Tanis, which seemed to mirror Earth in resources and habitability. A man wakes up alone in a cold, metallic chamber on board the Elysium. He's confused, suffering from memory loss, and locked in a small room. Desperate to escape, he pounds the metal door, but it won't budge. In time, another man awakens nearby. They recognize each other as crew members but can't recall their full mission. Together, they begin to explore the eerily silent, malfunctioning spaceship. As one of them searches deeper, he stumbles into a dark tunnel filled with rotting corpses and signs of chaos. While investigating strange noises, he encounters a girl, feral and aggressive, who threatens to kill him before vanishing. The fear escalates when he realizes they're not alone. Strange, monstrous creatures begin roaming the ship. These humanoid beings hunt in the shadows, moving quickly and violently. Terrified, the astronaut hides as one of the creatures passes by. Sweat drips down his face, his breath held tight. When he finally reunites with his comrade, they express their hopelessness and confusion, doubting whether they'll ever return to Earth, or even survive. Amid their search, a new survivor appears, a frantic man who warns them of the terrifying creatures. He begs for help but panics when they get too close. Before they can react, the creatures attack. The newcomer is killed, and the astronaut barely survives with the help of another stranger who jumps in to save him. They find temporary refuge and plan to reach the ship's reactor, hoping to restore power and understand what happened. In the next section of the ship, they meet a girl and a young boy who are arguing. The astronaut breaks up the fight and insists they work together. As they proceed, creatures ambush them. The girl activates a gate just in time, allowing the group to escape while sealing the creatures out. In a bright laboratory, the girl explains the Elysium's mission, to transport not just humans but embryos, ensuring survival of life on Tanis. The astronaut mentions he believes his wife might be on board, recalling that crew were allowed to bring spouses. Suddenly, eerie sounds erupt, and the creatures launch another brutal attack. The group fights back fiercely, barely surviving the assault. Meanwhile, the ship's commander, isolated at the control panel, struggles with fear and confusion. A strange man appears, begging for help. The commander, now visibly disturbed, starts to lose his grip on reality. Elsewhere, the group meets a seemingly friendly man who offers food and shares stories about the ship's purpose. But the mood quickly turns dark. He ties them up, revealing manipulative intentions. The astronaut pleads with him to let them go, stressing that the reactor must be rebooted or the ship will shut down completely. Realizing the truth, the man releases them. The commander reconnects with the astronaut and learns they're in Sector 12. The reactor is on the verge of failure. As the astronaut and his companions approach the core, they encounter more horrors. Strange, mutated children scurry through the corridors, and the bodies of long-dead crew and their families haunt the captain's bridge. Overwhelmed by grief, the astronaut remembers his wife, his pain deepening. A heated argument erupts between the boy and the commander when the boy suggests jumping out of the ship before it's too late. The commander calls it suicidal. Tension rises. In a climactic sequence, the astronaut cautiously crosses the captain's bridge, now swarming with deadly creatures. A brutal battle breaks out. The commander seals the boy behind a glass panel for safety, and the group fights for survival with everything they have. Then, a shocking revelation: the commander is the true villain. He had lost his sanity long ago and committed heinous acts to assert control. He deactivates the spaceship's shielding, revealing a stunning truth: they are not in space but at the bottom of a vast ocean. The Elysium had landed on Tanis 900 years ago, but due to a system failure, most of the crew remained in suspended animation. Over the centuries, the human passengers evolved, or mutated, into the monstrous beings now hunting them. A desperate struggle follows. The astronaut damages the ship's control systems, causing water to flood in. In the chaos, the commander drowns, and the astronaut escapes with the girl. They surface through the ocean, joined by other humans awakening from stasis. Finally, the survivors emerge into the light of planet Tanis. The air is breathable, the surroundings lush and alive. Humanity has a second chance. Though haunted by the past, they embrace a hopeful new beginning on their newfound home.